This is the wig cap I will be using today. You can actually use any spandex dome cap of your choice. I measure the width and the length of the lace frontal and then I mark it onto my cap. So measuring your lace closure and marking it on your wig cap just helps with placement and just making sure that everything is properly aligned. Using T-pins is a really good trick. It holds the closure in place while you're sewing, but I only could find one currently. So I used the next best thing, a bobbing pin. Like, you have to use what you have. So we're going to work with that. So it is much easier to watch and understand than for me to explain it. But in general, the technique is to sew from top to bottom, sewing the needle through the top to the bottom. So if you look closely, when I sew the needle, I'm going to pull the needle through the middle. This is going to be a slow-mo for you to better understand the technique. You're going to insert the needle through the top of the lace closure into the wig cap, and you're going to pull the needle through the middle. Just like that. And this is the technique you're going to continue all the way around, and it's basically the technique that you're going to be using all throughout making this wig. Here you can see I'm doing the same thing. The only difference is that I wrap the thread around the needle twice. This is to create a secure hole. Usually I do this when I'm beginning a weft to create a secure hole at the ends. And you will see I also do this when I get to flip over method. What I learned as best practice is to sew down one side of the lace closure and then sew down the next side, and leaving the back for last because it makes sure that you don't have any lumps or gatherings in your lace closure when sewing it down. Use your T-pin to secure the track onto your styrofoam head. This is best practice because then the track won't be falling and weighing down, and it makes it easier to sew. So I double my tracks in the back because it makes for a faster sewing process. Towards the top, that's when I will be sewing single tracks to make sure that the wig is as flat as possible and it makes it look like a sew-in. So now we're continuing with our sewing technique. You're going to be sewing through the top and pulling the needle through the middle. So that's all you need to remember to complete this wig. So now this is where we're going to do the flip over method. We're going to flip the track over so we can begin to sew onto our next row. And this is also where you will wrap the needle around the thread to create a secure hole at the flip over part. I should come up with a catchy catchphrase for you to remember how to sew. But anyway, insert the needle through the top and pull it through the middle. Through the top and pull it through the middle. And that is literally so easy. And look at how nicely the stitch is coming out. After watching this video, you should have a perfectly made wig. Like, the stitching is perfect. Like, no one can tell you this wig is a wig. Your wig will look like a sewing, honey. So when you get to the ends and the thread is too small to continue sewing, you cut it, and then I also decide to tie it before I completely cut it off, and then I cut the wefts because now I am about to start single tracking on the way up so that the wig will be flat at top. Be very careful with sewing the needle because you are sewing towards your fingers. So that's why I placed the band-aid on, because I kept sticking myself with the needle. Yes, you have finally made it and you are on your last track. So what we want to do is sew very close to the lace closure. You can even insert the needle through the lace closure and through the track to make sure that everything is very secure and close together. In my next video I will be uploading, I will be doing a video on how I made my closure lay like a frontal and really look like a frontal. So I think you guys would really enjoy that. This hair is from Nadula Hair Company on Amazon, and I will put down below what lengths I have in my hair. This hair, I haven't had this hair in long, but it's beautiful. And one of the things that I really judge on if I like hair or not is the way it straightens, because I feel like some hair I've had before doesn't get bone straight, and that is something that I really don't like. I love my hair bone straight, and I'm gonna tell you, this hair straightened really well, and that is a really great indicator of this being some really quality hair. This hair is so soft. After bleaching it, the hair has not altered in any type of way. It's still soft. It has not started to tangle on me, and it has not shedded any from the bleach, because usually after you add bleach, some hair will start to shed and start to matte. You do not want your hair matting. I am truly satisfied with how beautiful it came out and how great the quality is, and you're getting more than you pay for. Definitely, you definitely are. So I hope you enjoyed this hair review, and you go check out Nadula Hair Company, and please like, comment, and subscribe.